There are days in a father's life that change everything. And this is the story of the day my daughter taught me how to smile again. I still remember that morning, as clearly as if it happened yesterday. The sunlight was slipping through the kitchen window, warm and gentle, and my 7-year-old daughter was humming while drawing something on the floor. Our dog, Cam, sat beside her, more like supervising her art than actually understanding it. My wife was making breakfast, smiling quietly the way she always does when the house feels peaceful. And me? I was there, but not really there. My mind was full of unfinished work, deadlines, messages waiting on my phone. My face, as my wife often said, looked like a walking thundercloud. My daughter looked up at me suddenly and asked, "Daddy, why don't you smile anymore?" I froze. Because kids don't ask questions like that unless they've been wondering for a long time. I tried to laugh it off. I do smile. Daddy smiles all the time. She tilted her head, studying me with those big, honest eyes. Not like before. Not the smile that makes your eyes small and your face funny. And right there, I felt something inside me sink. Because she wasn't wrong. Somewhere along the line, the grown-up version of me had forgotten how to smile the way I used to when she was little, when life felt simpler, when joy wasn't something I had to schedule into my calendar. She gently placed her drawing into my hands. It was a picture of our family, my wife, Cam, her, and me. But the version of me she drew was smiling so big it almost looked ridiculous. I asked her, "Why does Daddy look like this?" She giggled. "Because that's the Daddy I like the most." That one sentence felt like a tiny hand knocking on a locked door inside my chest. The rest of the day went on, but her question followed me everywhere. "Why don't you smile anymore?" Later that afternoon, something funny happened, something so simple, so ordinary, but it changed everything. I was sitting on the couch, scrolling through my phone, drowning in work again. My daughter came over with Cam trotting behind her, tail wagging like a tiny fan. "Daddy, watch this," she said. Before I could respond, she puffed her cheeks, crossed her eyes, stretched her ears sideways with her hands, and made the silliest face I had ever seen. Cam barked as if protesting that she wasn't doing the trick correctly. My wife laughed from the kitchen, "You've been outdone, Dad." And my daughter repeated, "Daddy, smiley." I tried. I really did. But the smile felt stiff. So she climbed onto my lap, held my cheeks with her tiny popcorn sticky hands, and said, like this, "Daddy," stretching my face until I looked like an overly happy potato. I burst out laughing. Not a polite adult laugh. Not a forced "I'm busy, but I'll pretend" laugh. A real laugh. A laugh that shook the dust off my heart. And that's when she whispered something that made my chest tighten. "See, that's the smile I missed." That evening, after she fell asleep, I sat beside her bed. I watched her breathe, slow, peaceful, trusting, and I realized something. My daughter wasn't trying to make me happy. She was trying to remind me of who I used to be, the father who played, laughed, made silly voices, The father who let joy walk freely through the house. Somewhere between stress, responsibility, bills, pressure, and being an adult, I had traded my smile for seriousness. She saw it, she felt it, and she wanted her daddy back. The next morning, she woke up to find me brushing Cam's fur with the brush upside down. She burst out laughing, and I smiled at her, really smiled. The kind that reaches the eyes. "Daddy, you're funny again," she shouted. That sentence was worth more than any success I ever chased. My wife placed a cup of coffee in front of me and whispered, "Welcome back." From that day on, I made myself a promise not to force happiness, but to keep space in my heart for the small things that make life gentle. A cup of coffee in the morning, a silly joke from my daughter, the way Cam tilts his head when he doesn't understand anything, the quiet smile my wife gives me when our home feels warm. Because children don't need a perfect father. They just need a father who still remembers how to smile with them. And sometimes they are the ones who teach us how. My daughter, if someday you're grown, busy, tired, overwhelmed, and you forget how to smile, I hope you'll remember the day when you taught your dad how to smile again. And I hope there will always be someone beside you, the way you were beside me, reminding you gently that joy is still here, hiding inside the smallest moments. Thank you, my girl, for bringing your dad back to himself. And thank you for teaching me that smiles are not lost. They're just waiting to be found again. If you've never had a moment when your child taught you something or reminded you of who you used to be, share it below. Your story might be exactly what another parent needs to hear today. Thank you for listening, and welcome to another page in Dad and Daughters.